Okay. How do you feel about taxes and how that affects the entrepreneur?
Taxes are stifling. I mean,
Do they kill the motivation to even invent or try to start a business?
yeah, in some cases, they've killed my motivation to hire new people. It's like I realize that, I mean, for example, like I said before, I could get a business outside of my home. I could grow it with tons of employees and tons of people, right? But all I'm going to be doing is funding the federal government because taxes are so high. There's opportunities I pass on because I realize that, well, I could make some money there, but it'll grow my business. It'll require me to hire more people. And I'm just an employee of the state then at that point. You know what I mean? So it really is.
Wow.
It's hard to estimate, I think, how discouraging those high tax rates really are for people at all levels.
Well, if government cut the taxes completely, your business would explode then, it looks like, would it?
Well, absolutely. It's a kind of a spiral or a cyclical kind of an effect, Now, not only would I not have to pay taxes, so I'd have more money, right?
Okay.
But then I could hire more people. Say, hey, let's go for this opportunity, right? Well, now people who were unemployed before are now employed around the country because all the business owners will do this, right? So now all of a sudden, where my sales were X, now they're 2X. In other words, I'm selling twice as much because now there's so many more people employed and so many more people have pay raises and that sort of thing because employers don't have such a huge tax burden,
Okay.
And so now all of a sudden, since my sales are higher, now I got to hire even more people, right?
Okay.
Well, pretty soon there's not enough people to hire. And so then what happens is what happened a few years ago to hire a 15-year-old kid, or a 16-year-old kid, just some high school kid, you got to pay $14, $15 an hour
Wow.
because there's so many people wanting to hire them and there's not enough. And so all of a sudden you don't need a minimum pay, or what's it called? I'm just trying
Minimum
to think.
wage?
Yeah, you don't need minimum wage.
Okay.
The free market takes care of that. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
now minimum wage is way higher than whatever the government sets because, it would just be an amazing thing. And the amazing thing about it too is the government would make more money. If they cut the tax rate in half, they would make more money.
my
And
gosh.
people say, well, I don't get it. How could the government make more money if they cut taxes?
Yeah.
Well, it's because there's more economic activity. My business, for example, would make 4 times more money, which means that I'd be paying twice the amount in taxes as what I would ordinarily pay. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.